We have been told to sort these 15 items into a grouped frequency table. Now, since we've been told there are 15, no need to count, but so there are 15 now. It's hard to see how the numbers are spread, so we need to make a frequency distribution to help visualize the patterns of this data. Now, first we need to determine the range of this data. The range is found by subtracting the minimum or smallest number from the maximum or the largest value or number. Now, if we look through these values here, we can find that the maximum number is 36.7 and the minimum number is 4.9. This is the minimum number. Okay, now we need to subtract the maximum minus minimum to get the range. So range will be maximum, which is 36.7 minus minimum 4.9. This is equals to 31.8. So this is the range. Our next step is to determine how many groups we want to use. A good rule of thumb is to use 4 to 6 groups. Less than that, and it's not very helpful. Or if you do more than that, then there is too many groups and not enough data points that fall in each one of them. So you need to at least make them about 4 to 6 groups. Okay? Now, for this example here, we will use 4 groups. In order to find out how wide to make each group, we have to take the range, which is 31.8, and divide it by the number of groups that we want. And in this case, so our range is 31.8. We want 4 groups. So 31.8 divided by 4, we shall have 7.95. So this is the width of each group. But we can't put it like this. We need to round this up. You always have to round up. So when you round this up, you get 10. Because 7 is closest to 10, okay? So this is our group width. This tells us that each group will have 10 values in them, okay? Now next we need to decide the first value in our first group. We need to choose a value that is less than or equal to the minimum value in our data set, which is 4.9. So we need to choose a value that is at least less than 4.9 as to be our first value in the first group. Now, first we're going to choose to put our values in a range. So when we draw our frequency table, we shall have here groups. Then we tally, and then we find the frequency. Okay, so we've said we are grouping them into 4 groups. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. So we said we are going to put them in a range, and we said that the smallest is 4.9, so our starting value should be less than 4.9. Let our starting value be 0. So we can say x is greater than 0, but remember our group has to have 10 values because we said our group width is 10. So it should be greater than 0, but if we want them to be 10, then we have to say but should be less than or equals to 10. So that means our first value in here is 1. So you count 1 to 10, should be giving us 10, okay? So what do you think the next value in our group will be? Then in the next group, our first value in the next group will be 10 if we are following this range. So x is greater than 10. That means our starting value is actually 11, since we are saying x is greater than 10. So our starting value is 11 and should be less than or equals to, since it's our width is 10, so this should be less than or equals to 20 if our starting value is 11. Okay, so the next will be x is greater than 20 but less than or equals to 30. The next will be x is greater than 30 but less than or equals to 40. Remember, our highest value is 36.7. So our highest value is 36.7. So our last value has to at least be greater than 30, that highest value, which is in our case 40. The other way we could have written this, we could have said 1 to 10. That's the first group. The next group here would be 11 to 20. The next would be 21 to 30, 31 to 40. This is the same as this. Okay? So, after doing that, now we need to go through the data and mark off each value with a tally in the group in which it falls under. Okay? So, 5.7 falls here in this group. Okay, mark that off. Then 5.4 also falls in this group. 24.5, it falls between 20 and 30, so it falls in this group. 9.6 falls in this group. 4.9 falls in this group. 6.6 falls in this group. 12.5 falls between 10 and 20, so it falls in this group. 8.7 falls in this group. Then 34.3 is greater than 30, so it falls in this group. 16.3 falls in this group. 9.0 falls in this group. 36.7 falls in this group. 12.1 falls in this group. 21.2 falls in this group. Here, x is greater than 20, so 21 falls here. Then 16.2 falls in this group. So we have marked all of them, so we have covered all of them. Okay? So this is our frequency table. Now after tallying the marks, we need to fill the frequency column. Here you count the tally marks and fill the answer in the frequency column. So you count how many tallies you have, and then that number is what you put in the frequency column. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a bundle here. So 5 plus 2, which is 7. So this is 7. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 2. And here we have 2 as well. So after filling the frequency column, you need to find the total frequency. The total frequency is, so you add 7 plus 4. So this will come here. Total frequency is equals to 7 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. You should be able to get 15. Okay? So we had 15. So this should be the same as the total of our values. So that is how you create a frequency table. Sometimes you are given a question and you are also told the groups to use. Okay? They're told to use the range in which you're either told the range or the group width or the actual groups to use. So you should always be careful when answering the questions. Be able to know what is given to you and what you need to determine. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos. Like, comment, and share, and let's meet in the next video.